Well, a couple of days in this one won't do you any harm. Just make sure she stays here, nurse.
You mean you made no attempt at all to wake her?
Well, like I said, it was almost lights out time. Didn't think there was much point in waking her up then.
Well, didn't you think it strange her falling asleep like that?
Well, why should I?
Did you see her take anything at all?
How do you mean?
You know perfectly well what I mean, Kathleen. Did you see Rosalind take anything which would explain why she could not be woken this morning?
No, I didn't see her take anything.
Your record up until now has been quite good. If it stays clear, you should quite easily get your parole when the time comes. However, if we find you have been withholding information, it will go against you. Also, you will be punished along with Rosalind.
Now, come on, Kath. Don't spoil your record now. Tell us what you know.
If we are to help Rosalind, we need to know what it is she took. I'm sure you wouldn't want it on your conscience if we were unable to give her the right medical treatment because you withheld the information.
All I know is I couldn't wake Ros up this morning. I don't know anything else about it.
All right, Kathleen, wait outside. What's your opinion, Meg?
Oh, I don't know. She seemed a bit uneasy.
Yes, but the quieter ones quite often do when they're being questioned.
Yes, I suppose so. But I can't see why she'd really jeopardise her parole for Coulson.
No, neither can I. Well, all we can do is wait for the results of the tests to come through and keep Coulson under very strict surveillance.
Well, perhaps the search will turn up something.
You better know how to put that back together again.
Just be careful we don't take you apart, Smith.
Oh, you and what army, Vera?
Nothing? Okay, back to work. Well, come on, you've got lost time to make up for.
Well, that's not our fault.
I'm in no mood for any back chat from you, Birdsworth.
Ooh, Miss Bennett's in a bad mood. Now, there's a turn up for the books. She's usually so easygoing.
Is Leach to work in here?
No, she can stay on cleaning duties.
Right.
We'll search the recreation room next. And if this work isn't done by this afternoon, you won't be able to go to the buy-up.
Ugh, they waste all that time and then they expect us to catch up. Oh, don't worry about it, Lizzie. We're not that much behind.
Kathleen knows what it's all about.
How do you know?
I could tell by the look on her face. She was that glad to get out of here before we could start pumping her.
Well, why wouldn't she want to tell us? She knows how Bea feels about drugs, I suppose. She probably doesn't want to dob Ros in.
Yeah, well, I'll get to the bottom of it. One way or another.
Well, as no drugs have been found, we seem to be back to square one.
Could it be some of those that were stolen from the examination room a couple of weeks ago?
No, they were definitely all recovered. And I've checked carefully. There's nothing missing from there this time.
You're sure she was drugged?
Well, until the results of the blood test come back, I can't be absolutely sure. I suppose we just have to give her the benefit of the doubt.
I don't think I can afford to do that. Quite frankly, I don't know the best way to deal with her.
No. It's a shame to see a girl as young as that become so hardened.
Do you think she's well enough to answer a few questions?
Oh, she's well enough. I don't know how many answers you're going to get.
Well, let's find out, shall we? Good morning, Rosalind. How are you feeling?
There's nothing wrong with me, and I refuse to be kept in here any longer.
Oh, really?
I've looked at that chart. Shows my temperature and my pulse are perfectly normal, so you can't keep me in here.
Well, that's where you're quite wrong. We can keep you here as long as we think necessary.
But it's not necessary. You know damn well there's nothing wrong with me.
Could you bring that chart into the examination room, please, nurse?
You can be sure we'll get to the bottom of this little mystery. And until we do, you'll be kept under close surveillance.
I just hate being in here. I didn't mean to get into trouble, and I haven't done anything. I just fell asleep, that's all I know. And because of that, you think I stole more drugs. You didn't find any drugs, did you?
Dr. Miller is quite sure you were drugged. Rosalind, don't you realize I'm concerned about you? If you are sick, then the hospital is the best place for you. Apart from that, I'm very worried about your whole attitude.
I promise I'll behave myself if you'll only let me out of here. I just want to be back with the other women.
I'll have some books sent down to you. That's the best I can do at the moment.
Can I have visitors?
I'm afraid not.
Just Kathleen.
I'm sorry, Rosalind. I shall call back myself to see how you are from time to time.
I'm John Pendleton, Mr. Mingway's solicitor. I'd like to see her.
Can you show me some identification, please, sir?
Yes. I've been here before, you know.
Yes, but security has been tightened, sir. In fact, visitors will not be permitted after today.
I see.
You'll have to present that at the inner gate as well, sir.
Yes.
On your feet. Prisoners in solitary aren't entitled to reading matter.
You're quite wrong there. You see, I'm a political prisoner. Even though I'm being kept in solitary, I'm permitted normal privileges. You'll certainly hear about it if I'm not treated properly. The newspapers are very interested in me. I don't think it'd look too good in print if I'm denied my rights in here.
Go on, get moving.
I gather my solicitor is here to see me.
If I had my way, you'd be locked away and not see anyone.
But of course you don't have your way, Miss Bent, isn't it?
Bennett!
Bennett, of course. Well, shall we go, Miss Bennett?
Roz.
Kath. Oh, thank goodness. How did you get past the nurse?
I'm mopping the examination room. The nurse has just gone out for a coffee, so I can only stay a minute.
Well, what did you do with the pen?
It's under the cabinet near the bed. I think it's safe there for the moment.
It better be.
Oh, don't give me this, it better be. Look, I didn't want to get dragged into this mess. I've had the screws on my back and the women are just dying to have a go at me.
Look, I'm really grateful for what you've done, Kath. You've been a real friend. But listen, can you get that pen to me now?
I think I'm in enough trouble without getting caught red-handed with the drugs. Don't ask me for any more.
It's all right for you. You're only going to be stuck in here another few months. I've got years to go.
Yeah, well, so will I if I get into any more trouble. I can't take the risk of getting caught with that pen.
Well, just don't let anyone else know about it. Look, if the screws find out about it, they'll put me back in solitary and I'll never get out of this place with Janet.
The whole escape idea is stupid anyway.
It's not. I've got to get out of here. Please, Kath, don't tell anyone.
I'm not a lagger.
But you mustn't even tell any of the other women.
Well, B will come down on me like a ton of bricks.
Just say you don't know anything.
Oh, I don't like the whole idea.
Look, no one will get hurt. And once I'm gone, you'll be out of trouble. Please, Kath, you can't let me down.
Oh, all right. I won't tell anyone. But don't ask me to help.
Oh, there is one more thing, Kath.
No!
If I'm still in here, I won't be able to see the signal. You know, the flashing headlights. Well, won't you just let me know if you see them?
Oh, I don't know. Or if I get the chance. Look, I'll get out of here. The nurse will be back in a moment.
Thank you, Miss Bennett. You may leave now.
Just think yourself lucky that you've been allowed to have a visitor.
Charming woman.
Yes.
My appeal failed.
How do you know?
You're hardly flushed with victory.
No. It was anything but that.
Well, we've tried the legal way.
Does this Coulson girl really understand what she has to do?
I'm sure she does. But just to be on the safe side, it might be an idea to have Sandra Thompson call on her again.
It won't be possible. They wouldn't let her in. They've really tightened up their security, and there's to be no more visitors after today. Until you're out of here, I suppose.
It should be very soon if everything goes according to plan. I want you to speak to the governor and get me out of solitary.
I'd be wasting my time. Now that you're to be extradited, they'd never agree to that.
Then it's all up to Rosalind. I'm confident she'll come through for us. She wants to get out of here almost as badly as I do.
We only have 72 hours before you're to be extradited. Signal will probably come tomorrow night. I only hope the girl will be ready for it and be able to plant that drug at the right time.
There shouldn't be any problem. She's an intelligent kid, and she's able to move around in here, not locked away all the time like I am. Don't worry, John, it'll all go fine.
Well, that's as far as you can take me. All visitors past this point have to be cleared by the department. I have to sign in to get past here.
Better you than me, mate. I'm going to take some exercise on the golf course and then have a nice long lunch hour.
Oh, great job you got, mate, with all that spare time.
Ah, part of the perks. I tell you what, though, I still sometimes wish I had a job with a bit more excitement. What about you and I try our luck overseas as mercenaries?
Yeah, Leonard would really love that.
Well, she might be a bit easier to get on with if she saw the big bickies coming in. And that way you could set the boys up for the future, too.
No, thanks, mate. I'd rather be around to see them grow up.